Hey there, fellow car enthusiasts, and welcome to Runabout Revival. I'm so happy to have you join me on this journey that's been 2 decades in the making. If you have a passion for 90s Japanese sports cars, especially the iconic 1991 Toyota Mr2 Turbo, then you're in for a treat. This channel isn't just about building a car, it's about reviving a dream. You see, 2 decades ago, I embarked on a journey to transform a 1991 Toyota Mr2 Turbo into something truly extraordinary. Life happened and the project was put on hold, collecting dust and memories in the corner of the garage. Well, many garages and some yards, actually. But you know what they say, dreams never truly die, and it's finally time to reignite that flame. Fast forward to today, and we're picking up where we left off. It's time to make history, rewrite the narrative, and bring this long, silent 1991 Toyota Mr2 Turbo back to life. We're not just building a car. We're building upon a community of passionate individuals who understand the thrill of turning wrenches, the joy of seeing a vision come to life, and the satisfaction of conquering obstacles one bolt at a time. Welcome to Runabout Revival. One thing I've really been wondering is, does it count as a barn find if you own the barn and the car the whole time? I don't know. Before we get an answer to that question, I guess I should probably clean up this hellhole of a garage. Right now, I don't know where any of my tools are after years of just kind of throwing them wherever they fall, so I think we're going to start there. To get to the tools, though, first I got to move all this stuff out of the way. I went ahead and condensed several days of work into this couple seconds for you. You're welcome. Always good to have helpful ghosts. After setting out all the power tools, I didn't want to waste your time by going through the plethora of hand tools, but you get the idea. Now let's take a look here. Lots of dust. This thing looks pretty shabby after not being touched for about 8 years now. And yes, that is a Xbox One hard drive. It's like 3 Xboxes ago and I don't even play Xbox. That is a Ghostbusters Ecto-mobile. Jealous. Guess I know where that old cell phone was. Cat prints, which is very impressive since we actually don't own a cat and this garage is always shut. Figure that one out. Just to give you an idea of how much dust. Yikes. And about now, you guys are probably wondering, well, why am I even doing this? Like, why don't I just take this thing to the dump? Well, it's got a built motor. Not that you can tell. And it actually has 0 miles on it. And again, not that you can tell. I actually built this car originally back in 2004, and it was one of the first car projects that I ever really took on in terms of taking something from really a box of parts and several chassis to hopefully one day a working, running car. And obviously we still got a little ways to go for that. Let's take a look inside. Now I know it's hard to tell, but the interior is actually mostly here. It's been disassembled so I could get to some wiring underneath the dash here and along the center console about 10 years ago. Other than a ton of dust, there's also a little bit of heat damage on the dash. No worries, we're going to fix that. But also look how dirty this windshield is. I can also thank the Arizona sun for these damaged window moldings that I have and will be replacing later. Now let's pop the hood. I guess since I already showed you the engines in the back, it's a little late to pull the... Where's my engine? Ah, the familiar coating of about 10 to 20 years of dust. Some random wiring, battery that's not hooked up, lots of spider webs. Good fluid, it looks like. Some leaves, part of an exhaust system. There's the rest. One of the worst parts about working on a project car is having to push it around by yourself, so I got these wheel dollies. And upon setting all 4 of them up, but luckily before I tightened them down with the power tool, I started looking at the wheels and noticed that some of them have locks on them, but also some don't. And then realizing that I had not put the correct wheels on any of them. And so now I get to take them all back off and do it again.
God damn it!
Now that we got that sorted out, the car's up on dollies. I needed to clean up the garage floor before I start working underneath the car, so I pulled it over, cleaned up this side of the garage, and then pushed it over to the other side of the garage so I could clean the near side. Got it up close against the wall there, which was very nice to be able to do that. Now to go over here, I want to show you some parts This is the turbo harness I'm going to cut up to make the new body harness for the car. Here's some parts, clutch slave stuff, clutch line, heat shield, some clear corners, radiator pipes and various cooling hoses. Some really nice parts from Racer X fabrication. I'm looking forward to putting those on. Coolant neck, coolant tree. And then, of course, the AEM standalone EMS system that I need to wire in. There's the connector on top, as well as the digital gauges, as well as a myriad of other small parts and tools we'll get into later. New radiator and fan shroud. And so many more parts are still on the way. But we'll go over those more once we get to them. Of course, can't forget about dusting off this car. Couldn't pick a better day either. Since so much of the car is still open and exposed, I have to be very careful about how I'm cleaning it, so I'm just going to be blowing off the dust and then doing a light foam coating on the outside sprayed off with the hose. Let's do a walk around real quick, just so I can show you the car out in the sunlight. The blower did actually most of the work since it was just a light coating of dust. More to come. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe for more episodes to come.